going to talk about immigration lawyers. Did you know that having an immigration lawyer increases your chances of winning your case by 5 times?
Hooray! Yay!
But, and there is one big but, the government will not pay for one. That means if you want a lawyer, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. And lawyers are not cheap. A typical case can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000. That is a lot of money. So today, I'm going to share 3 tips with you to help you make your decision wisely. My name is Veronica Cardenas, and I'm an immigration lawyer and founder of Humanigration, an online educational platform. I'm using my 12 years of experience as a lawyer with the Department of Homeland Security to help people like you navigate the immigration system. Because trust me when I say this, no one will care more about your case than you. I'm a close second, so let's get started. Choosing an immigration lawyer is probably one of the most important decisions you can make in your case. An average case outside of immigration court can take about 3 years to complete. If you're inside court, it could take about 3 to 5 years, sometimes even longer. So when you're making this decision, I want you to make sure you find someone who can take you across the finish line. You're always free to change lawyers at any point, but it will cost you and it might delay your case. Tip number 1. Do you specialize in? There are so many ways to get legal status in the United States. Some people get green cards through employers, others through family petitions, and others still inside immigration court. So you want to first know what category you fall into. If you are getting a green card based on an employer, you want to go to a lawyer who handles those types of applications. Just like if I had a heart condition and I had to go to the doctor, I'd be looking for someone who specializes in heart conditions. I wouldn't go to a foot doctor. The same thing applies for immigration. If you're in immigration court, you want to make sure you go to someone who understands immigration court. Another thing you want to consider is how your immigration lawyer works. Values are so important to get out in the front. I had one person who complained that her immigration lawyer never went to court. She always had to sit in the waiting room, wait for a lawyer to come out and call her name, and then meet that person for the first time. And she hated this. Not everybody does, and there's no right or wrong way to do things, but there are preferences, and you're entitled to have your preference. Remember, your attorney works for you and not the other way around. So if you get these things out in the front, then you know who to pick. Tip number 2, how much is this going to cost me? No matter what kind of case you have, whether it's employment, family, or if you're in immigration court, an important question to ask is, how am I going to be billed? You may not have a work permit yet. You may be working for minimum wage. You may be working for even less than that. So asking this question in the beginning is important because I know how stressful the financial part of an immigration case can be. Generally, there are 2 ways a lawyer can bill you, and we're going to talk about both. First, flat rates. A flat rate means that a lawyer gives you one price, and no matter how much work or how much time they put in, you get billed one price. Flat rates are good because you won't get any surprises at the end. And let's face it, we all hate those kind of surprises. Hourly rates. The hourly rate means that a lawyer will bill you for the time worked. Just like if you're making $8 an hour and you work 5 hours, then that's the money that you'll get. Except when it comes to lawyers, they make about $500 an hour. So if you add $500 an hour for 5 hours over 3 years, I'm not good at math, but I know that that can really add up quickly. So if the lawyer works on a flat rate, make sure you ask how often you're going to be getting your bill. Ideally, you should be getting a bill every 30 days, and that bill should really detail what work your lawyer is doing on your case. Tip number 3, will you make copies of everything, and how will I get them? I know technically that's 2 questions, and I'm going to add another one. Will you charge me? These questions are so important, and I know I keep saying this, but all of these things are so important. Everything that you write in an application or in a statement that's submitted to the government, you will be held accountable for everything in there. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what's written. And to complicate the issue, the government won't really review those applications until 3 years after you wrote them. That's a lot of time. I can't even remember what I did yesterday. Another reason why it's so important is because time happens. I've seen cases where people's lawyers passed away, and those clients had a very hard time getting their files back. So make sure you get copies of everything and keep them in a safe place. I'm on a mission to help educate and empower as many people as I can about immigration. If you found this video helpful, please give my video a like. And holy cow, is this creator stuff so hard! Thank you.